son was born 33 years. Next missed a year. And we go with my sister's whole family. So it's a big bunch of us, my parents. Yeah, really, really good time.
It is recording. Here's the, I don't know if we probably shouldn't even go through it.
The only thing that I did, which I can point out, you guys can take a look at now too, if you want, because it's there, is I made a comment on.
So this is the Word.
The Google
This is
version. Yes. So if you go to the top right, that little like next to share, it's the little caption box. To the left of that, yeah. That'll have any questions or comments. Like I know Nicole put in a comment this morning. I just copied and pasted of what we use for our virtual voting procedures for the district, which it just goes over. So you click like show more to show you what that is. It basically just says, summary is we chose to do an in-person quorum required, and I think the board 5, so it sucks. We have to have 3 people in person, but then 2 other people, can be virtual, but at the time of roll call and at the time of their vote, their face must be on the screen. They can black out in between if they want to, just to listen.
Wait, to vote? No,
to in between. So at roll call, they have to be on video. And then at the time of their vote, they have to see their face. In between, if they, are doing stuff, we didn't delineate that like it have to be the entire time of the meeting. But we did also say that it's in rare instances, but we put like work obligations, things like that. So we're trying to get people to come in person. So we just outlined everything, but we also put in that if there's executive session, that it's, if you're virtual, you're allowed to, but obviously we cut the streaming. But if we're allowing video conference votes, that we have to make that available to the public to join. So we went through like everything. It's like 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, but some, I know I said I'd share what we did and then what we just wanted to use.
Okay.
It's a lot of words, but it makes it so nobody can get mad, which is nice. I know, like, I think Dan and Laura, Dan and Laura have had to virtual in. 5-person board, that's necessary for us to get anything done. Otherwise, if you can't zoom in, nobody would even try.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a state law that allows it.
You have to, so after COVID, they were like, okay, virtual is like kind of fine. We're not going to go after anybody, but you have to have a policy.
Right.
And that's why we did that.
Yeah.
First, it was like, you can't do it.
Do you have to file this with the state or anything? Because there's a state law.
No, but this board, because the legislative, every board in the county is supposed to have their bylaws just on record with the legislative office. That way, when someone goes, where's the bylaws? Somebody has a copy of it. But not that like Agamark doesn't have to approve it, the legislature doesn't approve the bylaws.
I can still,
Yeah.
but I don't think actually need minutes, right?
Oh, take minutes.
What is quorum?
I have sons,
You don't
I
have
can't
enough
help it.
Steve didn't, Steve's gone, right?
Wow.
And then a couple people are out.
Here's ours.
Did you accept his resignation letter?
Not to me, but I think he said it to the legislature.
You think he did?
I'm
Just late for Montgomery?
I'm almost positive he said he sent it.
I think he said he did. He's supposed to
How am
send
I
it
supposed to remember
to,
this stuff?
and then to
What's the meaning
the
of how my
legislature.
kids are?
Yep.
He said it. He did it.
Then I guess it'd be like, then when they appoint somebody else.
That's the chairs. So I had asked what was going on and no.
I did on April 29th.
So they did ask me if we're in a rush. I said, oh, but
They're like, why?
it's up to them.
Okay,
That's not up to me.
all right, but they got his resignation letter, that was the only thing.
No, they haven't.
You
The
said
other
you-
thing that I mentioned.
Didn't get a resignation.
No, this was,
So Nicole, I talked to her this morning, but she said she couldn't make it. She also told me that Joni wasn't coming
Okay.
or attending. And she had told her that she's probably resigning.
Okay.
She didn't do it yet, but
Okay.
she's going to be another one.
I haven't talked to Fred. Fred?
Oh, how was he?
So that's, Nicole should check, yeah, sure.
Okay. They know he was, having the things going on, so it's like if they're gonna, so Joni was thinking about
Like
it.
that's actually, according to our bylaws, you're not supposed to miss 3 meetings. I mean, if there's extenuating circumstances, that makes sense, but at some point.
Yeah, well, conversation needs to be had, see if he even still wants to stay.
Well, that's like the
Situation.
Zoom thing, video conferencing, where they can, in their extenuating circumstances.
Right.
We had to keep it grotesquely vague, you know, of work obligations and things, but. Struggle.
It's a struggle. I keep thinking about next year again. Like,
Someone think it's, we already have this year.
Yeah.
Someone think about it.
But here.
And for us,
Our crazy.
we need to start working on it in October. We have to
Yeah.
get our ducks in a row and figure out, as a board, we have to vote on our procedure for the review.
And it
Like,
always
are we
seems to
reviewing
be.
every farm? We making a decision and only looking at, like, I talked to Jeff Kehoe about it. He's like, you can do a, it's completely up to us. We can do an aerial, like look at and just kind of review it first and just see, like, okay, there's clearly farming activity going on. Like, we don't need to look at
I
that.
like even the presentation where, so our new staff lady was gonna come today, she's not available, she's gonna come to the next meeting. She could even do like a site visit, take the pictures, like how Nicole put together that nice like slide for everybody, that's an option too.
It's a lot of farms. So
Yeah.
if we can rule some out, like he suggested writing everyone. If someone wants to remove themselves, then they can do
Oh,
that.
you're talking about the 8-year, yeah, no,
Yeah.
somebody wants to room themselves, sure, otherwise, no.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's,
Okay.
so, yeah, so ask them if they want to remove themselves and then just do like a pre-screening, like once we know are clearly farming and we don't have to
Well, I think
go
I'm just looking up some of the parcels that have changed hands now, not even, some of them are like churches now,
right.
you know, but it may be ag land, you know, it may be. I don't think necessarily the counties in the past few years seem to show like wants active farming on it. But that's not necessarily a requirement that it be active farming, that's like the county's choice.
But we can review them and make lists.
Yeah.
These are active farms, clearly farming. These are the ones that are passively, you know, or, whatever, or this one has become a, business
Yeah.
and,
Exactly.
there's a strip mall,
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Do you have a list of taxes, like all the, and, like it's either ag parcel or vacant ag parcel,
We don't have,
unrelated kind of to this?
yeah, I can check to see if the assessors, I have to figure out, because I don't log any of the data into RPS.
Okay,
The assessors all do that
Yeah.
themselves. So I would have to see if there is some sort of spot that they have a code or whatever, if something's an ag property.
Yeah.
If there is, then I can probably do a custom report that could pull that
okay,
code out. And
because I
can
could
look
get
at
you those codes,
Mhm.
I just, instead of us dealing with every, because we have to do AM stuff too. And it'll help a little for, at least we'll know where the ag parcels, we have to do it a little more for ag assessments to kind of fix some of what happened there.
Yeah,
But instead of going town to town, torturing all the towns. You
right.
kind of,
No problem with it. I'll check with them. How soon, this is now my crazy time.
yeah, no,
with
okay,
School
we're done,
building,
yeah,
okay,
that's
because I'm like,
fine.
just the door is opening right
Yeah.
now for me to, it's my nuts month of August.
I know she was gonna really start in it in like September, October, and a bit.
Yeah, so I should be able to, right after billing is done, I can start jumping into that.
Hopefully that helps a little. Like which ones are getting ag assessments, that they're actively filing. It's clear.
There's probably ones that are, I mean, we can cross-track. It's a good way to cross-track because there's probably ag assessments that are not in the district.
Yep, there's a bunch.
So
Did you get a tablecloth?
so that's the second thing. I talked to Nicole, she does communication. I can't buy anything without a vote from the board.
I thought we
It's not
voted
me.
The last one.
We didn't vote on anything. And I need an actual vote in minutes saying this is the table that we're going to buy, and I put in the PO.
We do it through an
for it to
email
attach it.
vote? If we send.
We have a
the-
whole other weird
I mean,
out.
that's,
Oh, because
well,
when,
there's really,
what was it needed
but
for?
it takes a while. So, I asked Nicole to put, and even like the sign, like, I can't buy things on my own, because it's not my budget, it's the board's budget.
Okay.
So.
What are we talking about buying?
So they take
At the table,
sign.
A table, did I hear?
the table for that, so then, tent.
Table,
The
tent,
cover,
tablecloth,
Yeah.
tablecloth,
like
yeah.
branded
Yeah.
all that,
stuff.
brand and all that stuff. That's great. Having been at the 4-H fair, we were totally unidentifiable. There wasn't a single thing that said ag district, except the ag protection board, except my voice.
Yeah, we should definitely.
Yeah, I found one on Amazon, and or Etsy has one too. And they can put like our logo, like keep on
Yeah,
farming.
Staples does them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like $120.
Staples, I think it's like 35.
I can't just,
Yeah, if you try to get it from a local vendor, within the week, it's $360.
Oh my gosh.
No, thank you.
well, that's too bad because there's that great printing place here.
I know. I know, we did our banner through, Excel.
Has anybody checked Excel?
Well, they don't do tablecloths, but we checked, I had we ended up not doing a tablecloth for the district, we just did the banners, because it wasn't like
Yeah.
wildly expensive, because we had it from budget and everything. But yeah, like even like Vistaprint is super cheap, but like I don't know.
Yeah. I use
Are,
that
were
one.
those, are you limited to like, you can't do Vistaprint?
I can do whatever,
Yeah, I can
it
do
has to, I have to have the
Minutes.
quote and the vote on. the quote. So we say we
I
want
love
this at
hearing that, that's
120.
great.
Okay.
So it took me a while to get to that point.
Okay.
And since now I know, I'll work with Nicole, we'll get it in an email with the exact items and get that on the agenda and then
Yeah.
vote on it next month. The signs,
The markup and the
Yeah.
price.
Yeah. the signs, I did put that out. The county can't make a profit on anything. So
But
we
we
can't
pass
give it,
through,
we,
because it's county
well,
program.
I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The ag board can't make a profit. So the water used to. That's
Make
why
a
we,
profit on the side, because with making a profit versus like a pass through, if it's a county program and it's a signifier of the county
like the
program.
seedling sale,
Well, seed and sale is totally different.
it's, well,
Then Cornell and the county kept the money, but,
I think that's how it was done last time. It was done through soil and water.
okay.
So, and we also can't gift it. It's a public, use of funds for certain people. It's not allowed.
But even though it's a county program, because does anybody ask the law department or anybody
It's a county program, but we're giving it to select people and it's
that are in the
like
county?
$30 a sign. So they can buy it at cost. So I talked to auditing for Donna Michelle, and she said the best way to do it was either soil and water handle it, or we can, I can put it out as like almost like a store for the farmers to just buy it themselves. Like set it up with the
Online.
vendor and they just order it if they want one.
I just don't get how it's a county program signifies they're enrolled in it, they were voted into it. Why they can't have an identifier? That's not a gift, that's not a profit, that's not, I'm just not tracking that part of it. because they're voted into the district. As like an educational thing to say like, hey, I'm an ag district. They used to do it.
I don't think we get
Yeah.
to them for free.
It seems like there ought to be some way to do that, and we're not allowed to use our budget for that. Because we have a budget.
And that's from audit.
Yeah, that seems crazy. I mean, it's,
Do you mind if I ask lots more people?
Sure.
Okay. It seems.
Yeah, I mean, you can circle.
If a resolution
That's what the
or a
quote is.
policy needs to be passed, that we are allowed to.
Well, I
give
don't-
it, I'd be
yeah, it's-
happy to do that, but
Because it's the
we don't wanna
legislature
do it
budget
without,
purview, right?
yeah, this isn't like. You
It's
could,
select people, unfortunately.
It's select-
That's what it is.
But it's in that program.
yeah, there's a recognition of entry into a program, and it's something that the legislature should be proud of and want people to display on their farms.
I think $25 is high, but I think if we do quantity, maybe it's a Vistaprint or a something, it should be probably $10.
Yeah, I mean,
Quantity.
We can get cheap signs like printed from IT, and we're doing, but that's not what we had talked.
No, the metal
These are the
signs,
metal
with the- they
signs.
have like a UV plastic one, it's like a metal version, Excel does them. Just in all the things we've seen, like it was different, the state would give out, signs that said you were in WAC or you were in AEM, or I mean, it's huge signs. Like, $2 not expensive, yeah,
Mhm.
the
because
problem,
it's an educational thing, it's not a.
but the legislature is giving it to the, program participants. And there's lots of rules regarding what we can give.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be related to that, if we can make it less than $5.
Well, I think just
So then
finding
we-
out what the rules are.
It's the club. Well, I'm sure it's like regarding, like, I can't give you a gift. I
That's
can't,
upsetting.
I can't personally give you a worm book.
Mhm. But if there's, it's just, the thing for me, and my bugaboo is it's a county program, it signifies a county program. It's not, we give it to everybody who applies, it's whoever gets in, who shows the merit, who shows they're in that program. It's like saying if it's protected forest land, we can't put a sign up that says protected forest land. It's personal,
Well, figure,
Yeah.
pursue your
if not,
inquiry.
we'll find a way to figure it out, but I'm not gonna be the catch-all for all things that are silly made-up things, unless everyone tells me it's.
Well, I mean, we can do it as a sale, but the county can't make a profit off of it.
I just don't know
Put
who
it
would pay
on.
for that.
I'm
I would-
trying to figure out
Well,
what to
we have
relate
the
it
budget,
to.
but we can't
Like,
give it.
say when I became an EMT and the county trained me to become an EMT,
It's yellow card.
I got a card from the state,
Ah,
a piece of paper that was worth probably $1. But, there was a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff, but they couldn't give it to me. Had to buy it,
that's rude.
So I don't know, that's a poor analogy, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of, okay, when you license your dog at the town hall,
These are all terrible examples.
you get your license, but it still costs you $12, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Yeah, if everybody in the
It has to
program
do
tells me no, is there a way, my follow-up question would be, if the ag board has a budget, I don't want stormwater eating this, because the ag board has money that we can't use. Is there a way that the ag board can offset? I'm okay bringing to my board to collaborate, but like, just because the county ag board can't spend its money the way they want to have soil and water spend our money while the ag board still has that pot, doesn't seem super fair. So I'll ask that question too. I will.
And can we give you the money?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it seems crazy.
Right.
But if that's the way it has to be, can the ag board vote and say, this is how much money we're gonna go towards the science or this education or whatever, and then you are not to make this
An individual money, gift.
gift.
Yeah, I mean, it could be wrapped up as a reimbursement for education.
And literally, that's why, like, this is so crazy, it had to be 10 steps. we'll do
But,
10
I mean,
steps, But,
It's all the.
It's $25, but there are 160.
yes.
So
I think
it adds-
asking him though,
it
who
adds
wants it,
up.
I don't think we just mail them, but bananas.
So,
I
I don't think 25 is terrible. Everybody's spending money these days on everything.
no, but if all the farms want it.
Yeah, no, that
it
happens.
adds up to a lot of
Yeah.
money.
You put the quote in the email, right?
Yeah, it's right there. I printed it.
It's here.
Can you ask him, 'cause that was for 10, is there a quantity discount? For like 100? I'll just get it, yeah.
That's our side company, like our contracts with them, so that's,
And are we obligated to that?
the county is obligated to them. If it's not the county buying it, any.
So in the lot, you know, I really don't like this.
We give you.
Well, that's what I for our business though, or like Excel, right? Like Excel makes their, we're having to make one for our new office door. It's like a metal UV sign, so it's kind of plasticky metal coated, which is a little bit cheaper, but it's still good in the sun and outdoors. I'll get a quote that maybe for soil and water or the county uses Excel too, right?
Yeah, county uses it, so I use them.
I'll ask the questions. For sure.
We use Excel for signs.
No, for just other stuff. I haven't met my bills.
I think our like contract for signs is that's.
Was there a sign-in sheet?
Maybe
Sorry.
I actually didn't print it, so probably tucked into something.
I did like the coloring page. I colored two of them myself.
All right, so question, maybe we should go back to the bylaws. Video conferencing, excellent. Do we have anything else we want to?
Are you guys able to do Google Drive? Cause I know that comes up with a lot of words that like Mark Dan can't, or
I can't. I'm not sure it is. I'm assuming
That's
if she
cool.
can't, then I can't.
okay,
I can use it on my current, like,
Personal.
sign in.
Share.
Okay. That way if the comments are there, then that makes it easy for Nicole.
Yeah, it's word, which is fine.
It's who else is, so Dave's not gonna be here.
I'm gonna get a copy of this resignation if it did.
You can send it to the Accord, just so that if anyone ever foils the Accord one day, it says, where's the resignation?
Yeah, I mean, if I can get it to the SharePoint.
Bottom, we have guests on that sign-in sheet too.
Well, yeah.
So nice to have guests
I'm making on the rainiest day.
and young leaders learning about
So-
the ag board. That's. I just realized who you were, you've been scooped at this since you were, I knew your dad probably before you were born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when he was Bondi's deputy.
Does anyone have any other comments on this?
On the bylaw.
Yeah, I didn't see it until like a few minutes before the meeting, so.
We are gonna be doing, just so you guys understand, AEM, we're gonna be doing AEM training and whatnot, for all the district staffs, like from the regions, so they're gonna come down and do that, and all we're trying to do like resource. It's the words, like symposium, I don't know, there's a lot of fun words that were floating around, but whether that's somebody from the ag board for ag district stuff, would like to do something county stuff, so I'd like to, and you, once you're not busy. When is that busy time die down?
My busy month is August for the September 1 bill and December for the January 1 bill. Those are my two crazy times.
Okay, so like September, it'll,
September, I should be fine.
okay. Cause I think we're gonna do like trying to make October, cause it was August and August is like almost over. Just started barely. It's not started. But doing something, we're gonna do something for ag and something for the lake associations. So that instead of us reaching out individually all the time and maybe missing people, we wanna be like, here's the resources, here's Cornell, here's, tax, here's, ag district, here's all the things. So I'll bring more next.
Great. Do you know when the lake organization, tell me the name of it, that does the education workshops at Sedgwood every year?
Nice FOLA.
Nice, when is their forum? It's usually.
Yeah, we just,
Yeah.
yeah, we just.
Here.
Yeah, I've been going for about 4 years when I found out about it. But it's so interesting.
What's the name of it again?
Nice FOLA, New York State Federation of Lake Association.
Oh, yeah,
Like, you know that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, maybe they,
What is the fall?
I did too.
no, it's usually
But-
less in the
I
summer.
don't know, but
We videoed it, so we're actually, Brett, volunteered for the post-production, which I did not. I was like, we'll video it, live stream it, they wanted it. Divided, so we co-sponsored it into, the pictures are gonna be synced to the words. Brett volunteered that, I was like, I'm not doing that, that's a lot of work. But yeah, so that'll be in the next couple weeks here, that'll be out, so we can share it with you guys.
and I think all of their past meetings are recorded and on their website too, no?
Some, yeah.
It's really interesting, but I just, your,
They did a
I
really
don't
good
need to
thing
ask the
on, like,
question.
the septic system replacement in Peach Lake. They did all, Warren Lucas came and did a whole thing on that.
Yeah,
And they had two engineers, so it was really good.
That counts sort of as your outreach and education.
Co-sponsor.
Co-sponsoring, which I want to ask a question when it's time. We're working on the bylaws right now, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, it's-
I would,
Meeting.
I haven't yet, there was another email that came in on July 24th. Lorca, that I do want to respond to. And my response previously was, before we start attending town board meetings, whatever representative is going to do that from the ag board, it's not gonna be me, but we're going to have a formal educational presentation. I really think it's,
Well, are you guys or was it soil and water? Because we were fine doing it.
Yeah, I feel like, I think she's so good with that stuff.
We
yeah,
can get yelled at least too.
but also
At the same time, I think it's him calling us to report to him.
yeah, no, that's, I can't do that. I mean,
Yeah, I
my
know.
meetings for the ledge are conflicting most of the time, and when I'm not at a ledge meeting, I'm working, so.
If he wanted us to brief him, come to our meetings.
Well, that, and we already held an educational day, that everybody was
So I
invited
think
to.
that's the thing, it's like seeing this for, I read more minutes and board meetings, and all things than anyone want to read. We can, and we would love the ag board there, right? If you
But
want
you
for
was-
education and outreach, right, of the municipal trains, we invite them. Not everyone's going to come, and some of the pushback you get is we're volunteers, the volunteers too.
Mhm.
We can try those, and then if those other people have questions, we're happy to go to town board meetings. We're not rearranging our schedule with soil and water, and I don't think the board should either. We have a year for this. This has been going on for decades. This isn't new. But I think if there's targeted questions, we've had towns that have sent us emails of targeted specific questions that we can prepare to go.
Easily answered.
Right, so
Yeah.
until we come up with a formal program, which, probably next month or the month after, but not right now.
Well, that was my response, is, as I said previously, we're not doing this until we have a formal program.
I think you've said it so many times.
Well, I do like to respond to people, and there's a follow-up, I get these follow-up messages on this unanswered email, so, I would like to respond, but I just need to tell you that I am not going out to town board meetings unless we do have a formal program. I did like the initiative that Jocelyn had to go out to town board meetings, but we're a new board, we have a new chair. This is the consensus that we need to reach as a board. If we're gonna do that, or are we going to have forums the way we did several months ago where we invited town board members. Nobody attended, I'm sorry.
But I think you have to do both, right? And I don't think the ag board needs to spend. None of this is new. None of these conversations and questions have not been had to the word for a long time. You can continually provide it, come to us, and then we will go to them at certain times, but
And I don't think it should be one person. Personally, I think it should be at least 3 people going, like,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
a
think
lot.
we need, well, 2. You don't want one
Not- I
person
don't think
getting,
it's a lot.
especially
It's a lot.
with one person is going to get hit hard.
Well, that's what I'm worried about, a firing squad, it's townspeople, it's like, and we're not attorneys, we're not, and I just.
But that's the thing, you also have to know what you can and what you cannot say, and I think a lot of times it can get, this is what I spoke briefly about it. Been there, I've done this, and so has Brett, so has Crystal, our board is used to, there is a lot of, and it's, it was actually in the paper, I don't know if you saw the Putnam Press Times, it was all of the concerns of neighbors, right, at the public hearing, that are valid concerns, but they're misplaced with this program.
Mhm.
But if you don't say it exactly like that, we're now disenfranchising people who have concerns about septics and water. And those are things that you should be concerned about, but it's not this program. And I think,
But what's going on with Christine right now? Like, I'm very angry that they have made her getting that permit. All it is she has the approved barn, she's got horses there. They just didn't know she was getting money for the horses. So that's the only thing that has
they
changed.
don't know because she got an ag assessment, so she reported that she got, so that is.
That, it
Allowed
really,
to get money.
yeah.
She,
I mean,
she is, but she just has to technically get this permit for it. So she's applied for it. And now they're making the neighbors thing.
And I didn't see what she applied for when she applied for site plan application, but I'm sure it's in there.
Mhm.
And it's really the town, and I advised her to go check with an attorney on it,
But
but
now, and it's crazy because I even said to her, look, I know you're an attorney, but you don't seem to be like, fighting for yourself. You're letting them push you around. And
It's completely different. You can have the sharpest attorney in the world.
she said, I'm not a small town attorney and I would never counsel myself. And I'm like,
Has she
well,
spoken to ag and markets?
no, but, I didn't know if she could yet, if she's not technically in the district yet.
So she can, anybody, so any farm, whether they're in the ag district or not, if you do farming or a farm, and you pass, ag and markets, muster test of legitimate farming, you can solicit an opinion from them. It will always give you AFPD. You can always get an opinion from them. They cannot issue any orders or bring it further. All they can do is give you an opinion as any farm, any person, the ag board could solicit an opinion. I don't think you should do that. I think she should solicit the opinion herself. The orders and things where they really come to the town, they go back and forth and say, let's be reasonable here. What is the problem? Is it impacting health and safety? Only if she's in the district can she get that support.
Right.
But like right now, she could get an opinion.
But would the town even care? They'd be like,
yes, I mean,
that's their
it's
opinion.
you're not supposed to unduly burden property owners with repeatedly, oh, yes, we forgot to ask you to do
Right,
this.
yeah, we need this,
Oh, we
yeah,
need
we
this
need that.
application.
Yeah.
She came to them one time. I should have told her what application she needed to do.
And there's nothing for health and safety in any of this. So because you take $1 versus, and it's your horse versus, or you take $1, it's not your horse versus you don't take $1. There's no health and safety aspect of it that I see.
No,
Where
so
it's-
the town has this issue where they need that permit, so she went to get that, and now all of a sudden, they needed a
I
hearing.
don't know if I understand the nuances of it. Site plan application is through the planning board. Special exception use permit is through the town.
Right, and why did she have to get a site plan? They told her now she has to
Because you
get a
do
site plan.
for any building.
Above so many square feet.
But the
Yeah.
building's already approved. It's-
And it's an ag building.
It
so-
should have, when she did the site plan, it should have asked. Usually they're talking.
Now, but
She should
here's,
have had to do. the
there are
special
certain
exception
exemptions
use
for
permit
ag
at the same
buildings and
time.
site plans. though. You can't do them. That's part of the thing, that's different than all other things. There's also building exemptions. I guarantee you, she's not getting a tax exemption for that building. She probably doesn't even know about it. She gets an ag exemption on
She
land.
would if she was in the district.
No,
Southeast gives them a break. If they're in the district, they don't have to pay as much for application fees. So that's
Okay.
why she had to file before.
Okay, no, I meant like on the building itself, so we didn't know it's I building, it's used, it's goat barn, goats go in, that's it, it's just goats. And you have a 10-year, so at the beginning, when you build it, it's the full value of it. You don't pay the property taxes on that assessment of the structure, and over the next 10 years, it goes down. I guarantee you she's paying taxes. Nobody knows about these programs. There's a discounted rate.
Town, I found out, that was, that's why Harold
Okay,
wanted to do it before he built the barn.
okay. I have
So,
so many words.
So,
Soil and water will mock something up and let you guys know, and if you,
I should have her talk to you.
yeah, I'd love to talk to her. I didn't wanna.
can I ask
I
one
don't
more
know.
question? We're, you
Yeah,
are the ag board rep to soil and water.
What?
Well,
I mean, kind of by default.
so basically it serves two purposes. If the towns want response from the ag board.
I am on the ag board.
You serve
as
that.
well.
So,
Yeah.
so when we, if and when we do go out to, with this educational program, can it be labeled as
Yeah.
a co-ag board?
I
and
would never
so-
say co-ag board unless the board wants that.
Yes, I want it on paper.
That's
Consensus?
it, my soil and water
at the
can do
same
it,
time,
but
I
if you
don't want
want
to
it.
put that standard.
Right.
That means every single one.
We're
And not by
gonna-
yourself. and
We're
not-
gonna, listen, we're gonna do it anyways. Our staff is gonna be dedicated, we're already very clear. I want her doing work. I want her doing the technical expertise. I want her doing the stuff that is, Amy Tippett is her name. She was former, Dutchess, district tech. And so we have an office out, moving into, she's gonna do 2 days a week on site where people have questions, things like that. I want her to be doing that. Where these, if we can plan them, like, I'm not gonna get summoned anywhere, just, I don't have the time. But we've done this, we went to Patterson and had the conversations, I had a few town board members from Patterson call me and go, can I carve out some time to just sit with you? These are the questions I have, and that's reasonable, I'm okay with that. And then we can say, hey, this is the ag board, these are the questions that they asked, and it helps the ag board know in the future. But some people are not asking these questions, some people are just saying, I demand you come here.
Yeah,
Go, because
So,
you have to maintain that. It's hard.
yeah, so what I would like to do, and maybe we can ask the state if they have anything, come up with a presentation, so we are guiding it.
Yeah.
It's us, like, this is what the ag district is, and this is, and then they can ask questions on that, but it's not open forum to like pick at us about
Well,
what we're.
And that's the thing, it's like, we want to come up with because the state's ones.
I want a full program
I love.
presentation.
Yeah, so that's when soil and water, like towards September, October, was gonna work on a part of that whole like thing, where it's something that we can not only tell landowners who may want to apply, but we can also bring that to the municipality. And that is our plan. I'm not gonna speed up that plan because people are.
Are you
wanting to
okay with a response to Councilman Larka to inform him
I
that?
would say don't,
Okay,
No, I don't think we should.
I can only say the word so many times.
Yeah,
When.
and I said it, I said it
When our
before.
board gets in it, we'll email back and let them know of our plans.
I did
again,
say that we were working on a formal educational program.
As did all of us.
Okay.
Well, I'll just repeat it, say, as I
No.
mentioned before.
They don't.
Well, she hates to let something go unresponsive. I get that.
Are you
'cause I'm
cool if
like
I
that too.
respond?
I would love that
Okay.
if it's.
I'll do it today, so that you can put the stress in your brain.
If you can CC me.
I will CC everybody.
Or you can
Yeah.
put my name on it too, that's fine. I
Okay.
just,
Yeah, I'll just reiterate the same thing.
I just reiterate.
we all know how it is when we put effort into something and we don't get it. Regardless of what our intentions are, it's frustrating. But with that, we do have a guest here who.
Hello, guest, who I just. keep calling
I
guest.
think because we're on the topic of.
Lisa.
Hello, oh, that's right, lavender.
Lavender.
Do you?
And springs and pollinators, yeah.
Wetland. My bees are bringing in a lot of stuff from the wetlands right now,
Oh, yeah.
big packs of white
Well,
colors.
Do you have any questions for us as a board?
I am just, besides the hot flashes I keep getting in here, the AC, but it's okay. Any questions? It's just really interesting to see the disconnection between the different entities. You know, I was confused in the beginning with everything, so I completely get it, like how this, you know, how it's taking some time. I did a lot of digging when I bought the property because I was just in love with the property. So I was already in it. Okay, I'm in a ridge line, you know, all that stuff. And it really takes the interest in to really like dig in and know what you're looking at. And I did see Cassandra, right? You were talking about the buildings that you build on the property. You know, that's one of the benefits.
Yeah.
And that's a huge one.
Which nobody knows about most of it.
I found that myself a little while ago. It's been out there. So it's just interesting to see the organizational stories, and I see that it's in flux a lot. And I did watch her on vacation, a family vacation, and of course I woke up at 3 a.m. And I found the legislature meeting when they did that vote. And I saw a lot of confusion with the board members there. I was like, wow, and you got up, you were great. You were great, I have to say. You make it really easy to understand, I don't know. But that's what I'm kind of getting from all of this, and the branding, I think, is real. What you're saying about the branding, so the farms that do get the branding for it, if it's a sign that the state wants you to have on the property too, I don't know if it's one of those things where they require it, but shouldn't it come from the state? It's just my only thing. Shouldn't the state be providing it?
So, it's found right there. It's a
But this is
black
from the
marker,
county, this is
but
the
it's from the
county.
county. Just,
The state
years
doesn't
ago,
require
when the program started, signs were made, but Betsy actually has one on her property. But those were just from the original 20 years ago.
And who provided them then?
That was the county.
That was still the county, the state has
Because a lot of
never.
them even said like Bondi, I know some of the watershed ones and stuff that we saw, right?
So yeah, I guess the answer is the
but I
state
think
does not
The state does not.
provide or require.
State has a separate one
Yeah.
that some properties have. but-
AEM,
Yeah.
they just stopped, the AEM one, they gave it to you.
This is a nice logo, I think. This was my
So
silver
that's the
life.
same as the original. So we were
Oh, I like it.
looking to see if we could get them done again, but with all the rules with the county on what we can buy and give to other people.
It's sort of more the size of a landscape, you know, if it was turned the other way, it's about that size.
Mhm.
If I may speak to confusion, just a little bit. I was at the fair, the 4-H fair this weekend, and next to me was the farm, and I wish I remembered their name, but.
Tea kettle,
Who?
was tea kettle? Tea kettle?
Yeah, perhaps, they're
The
the
eggs.
ones, they had eggs, they also had some meat, and she's getting in some vegetables,
They
so
just,
not there
that were
yet.
next to Farm Bureau? They're in between Soil and Water and.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that was tea kettle, I think they just
Yeah.
got in,
Oh, really?
yeah.
yes,
They
they
brought-
just got in this year, yeah. But, she was saying, or asking for a little more direction. That it's so confusing to get in and there's so much, and I know as a new farmer, you know, like I had to really, you know, attend conferences and do this and that to try to figure out all of the. But she was asking for something a little more direction. I sort of pointed her to Ruby as you know, ag kind of thing, but
That's actually a good idea. It would be good to have.
Like a welcome packet
Lori
once they
used
get
to
in.
do, but they used to have the whole Keep Putnam farming program with Glenwood that they had, what was that, 5 years ago? Where it was really trying to get the farmers to get together and,
Yeah.
you know, communicate on
for
different
things to
techniques.
know about insurance and this and that, it's, you
So
know, it
that's-
seems like there should be a comprehensive resource. I also directed her to NOFA, because I know NOFA does that kind of stuff too.
Send her to Soil and Water too.
And soil and water, I do, absolutely, yeah.
But again, you know, it would be good to have some kind forum, like events where,
Yeah,
even
we're
if
the
it's
ag
informal, like the
district, you know.
potlucks or
Well,
something.
Ruby had started the potluck, and I know we had dates on it, she put tentative dates in the calendar. And I haven't seen any more, but like,
Hello?
and that was honestly you, me, Nicole,
Good morning.
and Ariel, Little Maverick. So it wasn't like a lot, but I think the potlucks.
Yes, it's, what
Yeah,
dates
like,
are we
I
on?
think they did it.
Potluck.
And.
But I mean, I think the
Yeah.
potluck was supposed to be everyone brings something.
Maybe not that, because that didn't go so great. That was like a pomegranate salad. And,
Maybe, we'd start the process in April, well, we're gonna start in October. But maybe between October and April, there is one big event that is, if you are planning on applying to be in the ag district, come out to this information.
That's the ag board supposed, yeah.
Like, when grants are announced, here's a list of
When-
information sessions.
Soil and Water is gonna handle the grants and the go to grant.
I don't mean,
Go to
I'm not saying applying for grants, I'm saying when a grant becomes available, the granting agency announces the grant and says, come to these 4 opportunities to learn about the grant.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is when we
Announce
get
the ag
close to
district.
the ag district application period is open, a month
think-
prior to that, we'll say, come to this forum where you can learn about applying to the ag district.
I think it's actually better, because I used to run some of those for the CFA with Empire State Development years ago when they started doing the CFA process. Do you remember we used to have it?
I remember those.
But the
No.
problem with that is people had very specific questions about their application. So I think like the one-on-one, like getting them information, like basically blasts of like this grant's here, this is who you can reach out to, and like giving out that information.
So I think with the ag district things, if you do say it's like, it's not, we're always potluck, these fancy lunch thing. I don't know.
It's an information session. I don't,
That sounds boring and no one's gonna wanna go. Call it something.
Well-
But you could do that.
but this is appeasing the criticism that we get from everybody, and I'm not criticizing that. It's, we're confused about how to apply. We don't know. That tells me I'm not doing my job as an ag board member and getting the information out. So in order to solve that, target on me as being an ag board member, I'm gonna provide an information session. I'm not gonna have all the information at the information session about your specific application, but at least I provided a session to appease that criticism.
If you do summer with maybe some food and not during the day, because farmers can't go.
Yeah.
That's the kicker.
Right,
I think Ruby already does one.
okay.
She worked with, I think, 3 of the farmers that applied this year.
Maybe we'll push that out.
Well, but I think there is still a disconnect, right? Because I know Ruby worked with you, we worked with you. I think if the ag board, has a more central, the ag board hosts a thing where Cornell's there, so what, that's why we're here on this board, right?
It's-
But that have the ag board hosted to say, this is who you're talking to, this is.
It's like your forum that you did.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could even be
That's it.
It's less
one
boring.
of our meetings. I
I
mean,
don't care.
Yeah,
if it's boring.
Well, but during the day, farmers can't come. That is one thing. I've
well,
heard
it
from a
doesn't
lot of
hurt to
people.
include it as, we have these meetings. If you want
Yeah.
to, you're welcome.
But her
to
point
join.
is, if we're being
I-
realistic and we
I-
want them to
Yeah,
come.
for farmers, it's like
Gotta
when
get
I went to Patterson back this past year because they put ag district on the agenda right before, it was right after the ag board voted. And it was right before they were sending a letter to the county. It was last minute, it goes to the agenda. So I went to say like, what are the questions, what are the concerns? Mark it on your calendar. We have meetings every month. Go to the ag board website. If you have questions, concerns, municipal official or anybody, come to the meeting. No one's coming to the meeting. You come to the meeting. And farmers have come to the meeting. I haven't seen one municipal official come to these meetings. So. The farmers that want to apply can't come during the day. I've got a lot of gripes on that. That's a struggle for us with staff. We're having to do flex hours because Lake District things are at night. Right?
Yeah, we could iron out the details. My only wish is to solve that problem of we need to get information out. And if Ruby's doing it already, then we need to just highlight that Ruby's doing it. push it out more.
Isn't everything on the website though?
It's not, I mean, it is, but it's not
To
enough,
dig.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
If
so,
there's money,
that-
you put an ad in the paper.
and
Yeah, maybe we can redo the website, reorganize it. I don't know, I just feel like.
I think people do, but I mean,
What if we pulled this year's,
Facebook page.
wow, those just words. What if we pulled this year's most recent applicants of what would have made it easier for them? And less, I mean, you know, Christine's answer's gonna be, but
Right.
like, if we send out, like, when you send out, like, congrats, you're in, once New York State comes back and says, oh, that's good. What if that's part of the thing, it's an annual thing of like, what could have made this process easier for you? What can the ag board do that you like? If they say, give us free stuff, you say we can't. What
I
is
like
that?
idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Cause that was helpful, but I know when I think it was Tea Kettle, they had called us saying, is our land ag land? I said, what?
Mhm.
Do you farm on it? And she was not asking about the soils necessarily, but we have people call us for soil testing. So sometimes they don't know the question to ask.
Exactly, and I think that was her point. They don't know the question to ask.
And that's the thing. So it's like, they don't know the
Large
question to ask.
Globally,
But you
you know,
get-
getting into ag, there's so much to learn.
What helped me was I made my way to Jeff Keto, he filled me in.
Wow,
That's where I got it.
Yeah.
that's.
I just sort of stumbled into that. So.
yeah.
Oh, good.
Let's have Jeff make a video.
No. We should, Jeff coming down is good, but if you give him targeted, that is most value of Jeff Keogh is if you give him targeted questions, he will give you a robust, good answer. If
Yeah.
you get him to ask, you ask him, what's the ag district, he'll wishy-washy because it's up to the county.
Well, that, and I wonder if, targeted information, making it very simple, I wonder if we're trying so hard to get this information out, to get, that we're making it so complicated, whereas it could be really simple. It's really quite simple bullet point of what the ag district getting into it means. Here it is on video, Cassandra
With the
presents that, make Brett make their video or something.
We need to do a little more reach just as far as the different, like I do put things on the website, but not everyone looks at it.
I mean, I do.
But we can- We are allowed to put notices in the paper, so that is allowed.
I hate to say it,
So maybe we need to start doing more of that, like just getting,
a Facebook page that people follow, sorry to even mention.
I know that was a tough one, because I was like, nobody, I read.
Who's
paper,
gonna manage
but
it?
Nobody reads paper, not it. We can push stuff out, so Omar and Cornell have Facebooks, we can push it out through both of those. Like,
I mean, I can put stuff onto the Putnam County government on the general one.
so that's maybe if there's like an ad. form
And each
or something.
department has a Facebook page, but the,
Does planning department have a Facebook page?
no, health does.
I'm not managing, no,
No,
health department does.
right, health and
Legislature doesn't.
legislature does.
Okay.
And it's just a big can of worms.
So I think the Putnam County one would,
It's just another
Just a-
target for people to attack you.
Okay, now, let's let it brighten up.
But yeah, I mean, I think we
This
just
week.
need to make sure we get the word out.
How about just like, I follow like the town of Southeast news forum, so I guess it's on Facebook and it pops up. There's not all that, that much information on, but maybe that's the one place if these towns that already have this, if the news just goes out to them.
If the town, it's not ours.
Well, that's not, she's not talking about the town of Southeast official Facebook, she's talking about like the Southeast happenings or like.
Right.
Like that, the groups, so that would be a Cornell or Soil and Water, because the county's never going to groups to post out unless you will. Not you, it's, what is it, Tom Bland, or who does the Facebook?
Actually, that might be Chris Parmesan,
Okay,
but that's right under Kevin, so I don't know.
so maybe like if they do in those groups, could
I don't think they post in the groups, they
Okay.
post.
yes, that might be it. Because we did that for when we were doing the ag assessment, trying to let people know that we were having Westchester handle it for us this year. We had to post ours, we did it on listserv for Cornell, we sent it to Grange, and then we asked everybody to share on the subgroups which is how it got to other groups, but like it's.
Just, we could ask Kevin if he would allow Chris to give a targeted list of Facebook sites,
News, trade is
these news things for like little bulletins that, and then we would, I don't know, on a monthly basis, send things to Chris to put out on certain targeted things.
But you can put up. The way, like, tomorrow, I'm releasing 2 studies. Transit study is coming out, and what I'm doing is doing press releases. So you send the information out to the press and see if they pick it up, basically, as stories. So we can do that too. It's easy enough to do.
Like the next one, when you guys do have the final farms that are chosen to be in it, because that's the news story. People are gonna be interested.
Well, that was in the paper. They're not even in, so the paper said they're officially in.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody knows how this works. But yeah, 8 farms added to Putnam Ag District. That came out this week.
So that jumped the gun then. I didn't even see that. It's a prince.
Prince.
Nice.
This is going to release today online. You can find it at Putnam Press. But that's the thing, and like it's a very interesting. I have nothing to do with this, but I'm very clear. I just saw it in the county. Yes, they were on the way out, but it was very like approving the 8 farms, and it was all about what everybody saw. It was exactly like there was a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
There was, I'm quoted in there. Every legislator's quoted in there. It's a read. It's quite a read.
And actually.
And in there, at least they quoted me to say all farms must follow all local laws all the
there
time.
you go.
So that's.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a lot of confusion about town codes. People were afraid that, the neighbors were gonna get all upset that, so-and-so can do this, and, that kind of thing.
And it was on the way out, one of the women in there, Patterson, she was like, she went to the legislative meeting because she was told by people in the town to go to the legislative meeting. She thought it'd be a Q&A. And she got there and was like, I know what I think I'm concerned about, and essentially what I was told by neighbors or whomever to be concerned about. And she's like, listening to you, I don't know if that's a concern. So what do I do? Talk to your town. If they don't want to enforce their codes, that's on the town. The ag district cannot be something where, now that we're here, yes, how many violations do you have? Because that's so many levels wrong.
Resolution, I think it says everyone, it's
It does.
violations before.
Well, and that was the thing, it does, but does that prevent them from doing anything administrative on their end? No. It just prevents, we can't say, the county can't say you can't get in, but her life could be turned upside down. It was $1,500 for an application.
Yeah.
That if she just kept doing and living her life and following all the rules, she went for site plans and everything. I would say go to an ag district, because it's great.
Well, that's basically what she said.
I know, I don't
I
know
thought
what
actually-
advantage it's really gonna be for her at this point.
In the very beginning,
Just
I was like,
open up
I was like, oh, I think we sorted it out now.
Yeah.
Why this year? She's been trying for 3 years.
Well,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's like, seeing that, it's in the paper now, that there was a lot of confusion. Okay, that's interesting. It's not new, it's been there for a while, we didn't continue to say words, but
It just seems strange that year after year, it just seems like everybody keeps saying the same thing. It's confusing, it's confusing, it's confusing. And it's like, we did work out the application, right? And that, I think, got better. But I just wish that there was like, I guess the confusion is between the towns and,
but it's only.
The ag board. well, they're making it such a thing that,
It's the same, I'm gonna say it,
Two.
it is the same few towns, there's a number of them, every single year. And every time we have success and communication, and most of the board members are, understanding, and they're like, wow, I didn't know, because it's new, you turnover, right? Same thing next year, it's like 50 first dates, every morning's a new day. I can't for the life of it, because if there's concern, address it.
The Association of Towns.
So it's, it's all.
Yeah. And
What is that?
They had, it's like, we have NISAC, the Association of Counties.
Yeah,
The Association of Towns is also a robust organization that supports.
No one
But-
but Putnam struggles with this. I need you to know that.
That's, I don't know if that's true, but
As hard as we do.
it's
We're
not
very
as-
passionate about our land, and I can understand coming from a town board too, that, you know, it's,
I mean,
we're very passionate about our
It's-
land and how it affects our communities, so.
and
Get
then a
it.
town planner, certain towns that don't want anything. They don't want anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
If it's, I mean, and unfortunately, the two that you're talking about are like that.
Yeah.
They don't want any development, whether it's farm, whether it's a business, like.
It was
They
one,
give
it's the
every,
code.
like everybody a hard time to the point where there's, I know a lot of developers who have backed out because they're bankrupting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
My thing is if it's an already existing, right, if you're gonna apply or if somebody said, hey, I want to start a farm, which I'm gonna go to, I know a few places on outside of it. But if you're already there, already existing. My big thing is ag district cannot become a microscope. Because then you're literally, it's not as in, no matter how the rest of the county treats it, if there's areas that are not conducive to it, don't like it, whatever. When they apply for the ag district, they're getting a probe. There was a certain period of time back 5 years ago where the town code officers asked the ag board and wanted to go out on the site visits. So, a lot of opposition as there should have been, because you can't go do that. You can't have code enforcement be a gateway ag district. So Lori pushed back hard and was like, no, you can make an appointment if you want to with the landowner, as you can do any day of the week. You cannot use ag district as a way to
right.
scrutinize people. But no matter what, they're being scrutinized. So
Mhm.
I don't know how the ag board figures out how that stops happening. Otherwise, I don't know what anybody would do.
I mean,
I'm glad you did.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, and maybe that's part of when someone talks to, say, Ruby, or, you know, make sure they know upfront that this is going to, you know, they should look at what their property, make sure that they have their building permits.
Yeah,
But
everything.
that's the thing, she had everything.
She did
And
have
then
everything.
the septic-
Well, she was missing that one permit.
But it was all septic and nonsense and like other things.
No, but this other thing, this horse
Well,
board,
she also-
Didn't come out
she didn't-
till
she
later.
didn't close out.
right, that was fine, and they were even fine with that. That all got moved through fast. But this latest thing
Yeah.
that neighbor's attorney kind of caught, and which Eric was all happy about, to mention, is that she should have gotten this whatever permit from the town board,
And they should have.
special
told her
use
about
permit, but she was never told
Yeah.
that. She didn't know about it, so she said, all right, well, I'll apply for it now. And again, should have never been something that would even preclude her from being in the district. But yet you had two legislators that
Mhm.
denied her. I think because of that, they were like, oh, but she's not in compliance on that. And it's like,
There's no mandate that
No.
you have to be.
no, and it was because she didn't know about it, it wasn't because she was trying to hide anything, and she's perfectly allowed to do that.
Yeah.
So it just,
But historically, just, I've seen the most violent meetings, the most contentious dialogue happening regarding land use issues at planning board meetings and zoning board meetings and here. And it's just, it is the nature of it. Trying to understand that's what it is the nature of it, and like, how can we just do better in getting that information out? And we feel like we have done better, and we've tried
just
over and over
always seems to
again.
that. I mean, you have to know, you're never,
You're never going to.
you cannot force
and,
anyone to,
No,
there's also whole town boards, right? I think that's something that has to be considered here is like, I know, people from Patterson have reached out to me, but they did not know. This is why I made a big stink to the legislature. I'm gonna make a bigger stink about it,
Yeah.
moving on for all time. is all those emails, attorneys that are complaining for a neighbor or whatever it is, that is public record.
Mhm.
That is never in the forefront. So for decades, you've had towns writing complaints and neighbors saying, I want to complain, but I want to do it privately. You don't get to do that.
You know,
You don't get to do that because they don't know what the problem is,
Mhm.
right? And then they go, I got denied. So that's been going on. I asked the legislature to put all those emails, including our long thread, okay? No one put it in the backup.
I think, and I'm trying to remember that.
That
meeting,
wasn't
and
at physical, and it wasn't at full, and it wasn't at public hearing. So 3 times I had very soon asked.
Because I was reading it at the fall, and I don't know if I was reading
You
it from
just
my
had it.
own,
Yes.
or if it was in front of
They
me.
did not put it in the backup.
It wasn't
Asked them.
given to us as additional?
It may have been, but no, it wasn't. Our emails were not.
They weren't given to
But
us.
you were all copied on them, and that's the problem, is
The public's not.
the public's not. The actor was on everything, the ledge was on everything, so.
Because the legend, that, we should probably attach it to our stuff.
But we made the recommendations
Oh, I know.
prior, and then all this happens. So my thing is, once it leaves us, it leaves us. That's the way it works. It left us, we made a recommendation.
I
We
learned
people
to,
were upset about it.
to say in my emails, please include in the backup. It kind of has to be stated.
Well, I think it had to get the authorization of the chair. Now I asked Diane T, and she said she was going to ask and bring it back to me, and she said she had not heard back yet, and then I heard that. That will go a long way. Knowing the conversations that happen, and if anybody reads a long email thread,
Yeah.
all of us, okay?
Yeah.
That is pretty clear.
Yeah.
But no one sees that.
And I think that we have a responsibility to your point about applicants being bankrupt. We've seen that in planning board and zoning board, and that's a way of control. I do feel as a member of this board, a responsibility to protect applicants from that as well, as we saw, last year with that applicant and the long drawn out, very expensive lawsuit. I do feel like it's a responsibility, not only to answer to the towns and villages about these applications, but also trying to reach this understanding so an applicant doesn't go bankrupt and so we can support farming.
Well, but the town board members, like I know that there was a supervisor who was copied on one, there was a few town boards from the other town, right? However, the rest of the town board was unaware that that happened. Well, not the rest, I can't say the rest, but I know 2 town board members and one of the towns that had no idea the email thread could take place. Which that would be educational, right? The big bugaboo, I mean,
No, I'm
I think
curious.
they're gonna be wrong.
who keeps it?
I'm being scared,
Funny,
right?
I helped a little bit with that, didn't I? Thank you for doing it. Really. Okay, sorry, thanks.
I like your eyeball laugh. Over, is that an eyeball?
Oh, I thought you'd like that too. Do you ever go there to shoot? Fish.
I don't go there. Oh, it's gonna work. No, I've been there.
Okay, great to see you all. Nice to meet you. Yeah, bye.
I bet you they're gonna be in my lobby.
Oh, they
They
are.
always put all the papers.
I just saw it, I was like, oh, okay, it's a very script. Sorry.
Does anybody else want it? Because I can probably get it in my lobby.
You want it?
I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It'll be online today.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm sure I'll find it. I guess what we should do is balance on the SharePoint.
Yeah,
Just
so-
do it as a.
Yeah.
So it's in Google Drive. Well, it's on, did Nicole put it back in?
She put in SharePoint,
Okay.
which is,
What's that in SharePoint, the bylaws?
Is that where Cassandra's comment is?
No, because Nicole sent out the story in Google Drive, I
Gotcha.
think, because
I can. put it. I thought it was-
they should have been on there, but I think that was the confusion last time you guys were looking there and it wasn't there. But that was the one that was passed.
Yeah, because I still have an old one. I'm gonna get rid of that one.
Sorry. Well, I think if you guys did stuff in the SharePoint, and then I think Nicole and most of the rest of the board was working for me. Nicole with the client. I hate SharePoint. I'm a Mac person. So.
I mean, I might be able to just type this without signing in, because we can't sign in. We can see it. We just don't have.
You should be able to.
Yeah.
It's 11 anyway, so.
You did. Can't wait till you guys all meet Amy. Wonderful.
Oh, is she gonna come next, you said,
Yeah.
next meeting? Good. And is she the new hire that you've been